Good evening. Good evening. How you doing tonight, Matt? This is Elcia. Coming to you tonight. Today is Mindset Monday, Money Monday, and Motivational Monday with Elcia. And definitely let me know if you guys can hear me okay, if the connection is coming through okay. So as my question to you guys was, are you a programmer? Okay, thank you, Matt. Are you a programmer? Is the question for tonight. So most of the time when we think of programmers, right? We generally think of computer geeks. But in this case, we're almost speaking of the exact same type of work, but just dealing with different equipment. And so each one of us, right, as human, thank you, Geraldine, for letting me know that. Each one of us as human beings have a high level, high technology piece of software that we are all in possession of 24/7, right? And we cannot do anything else without having this piece of software that I'm referencing tonight. And so that will make this piece of software very, very important. Now, this piece of software has unlimited potential, right? And that's a big if we keep it updated and if we keep it programmed with the latest technology and with the latest information, and that way, we as long as we give this particular piece of software a tune-up regularly, it will yield us unlimited results on whatever we want to achieve. And so we must keep this particular delicate piece of software, right, free of viruses, malware, adware, spyware, all different types of viruses at all times, right? Why? Because viruses spread, right, and they infect other areas. And so this particular piece of software, which I'll get to in a moment, we must keep it free of these types of viruses at all times, right? And if a virus happens to invade us, right, we must start the viral removal process immediately, right? So what is this mystery software that I'm speaking of, right, that we all have in possession, and there's very high technology that I'm speaking of, right? So that piece of software that I'm speaking of is our minds. The latest technology for our minds, right, is not necessarily, it may or it may not be what our grandparents did, what our parents did, what our siblings, what our older siblings did, what our favorite aunts, uncles, and big cousins did. Is not, it's not what they did, or it may not even be what they currently do, right? The latest technology for our minds is what today's society calls for, right? So what we must think about is what will keep us from falling behind, right, in such a fast-paced, ever-changing, high-technology world. Like in today's world, like there are millions and billions of dollars being made in matters of milliseconds, right? While majority of us are still have the mindset of trading all our time for dollars, right? Just for a few dollars, we're willing to trade all of our time. And old age thinkers, right? And by old age thinkers, it has nothing to do with your age, but everything to do with the way you think, right? And old age thinkers will not thrive in today's society, and most definitely not the society that will continue to present itself in the coming years. So now, a lot of times I know that we sit and we think And we wonder, right, why certain people get so far ahead, right? And a lot of times we tend to make excuses, right? We tend to make excuses as to why these people have versus why we don't necessarily have what they may have, right? But yet, although we make these excuses, we never really stop to think, right, of how do these people think versus how I think, right? What do these people do versus what I do? What have they done versus what I've done, right? How do these people view things versus how I view things, right? So our biggest problem, and this is in my own opinion, and I know everybody may have their own opinion, but our biggest problem is not our abilities or lack thereof. It's not our skills or lack thereof. It's not even our knowledge or lack thereof. Our biggest number one problem is our perspective, right? Our way of thinking, our viewpoint. We cannot continue to do the same things and expect different results, right? We can't do things the way it's always been done and expect something different than what already happens to be different, right? So now I know that we are all familiar with updates, right? So we all have, smartphones and tablets and computers and laptops and all different types of mobile devices. And every now and then, a lot of this happens, automatically, or a lot of times it'll, the devices will ask you if you want to go ahead with the automatic updates for your devices. And so the reason our smart devices get like reprogrammed and updates ever so often, right, is to stay up to speed, to clean itself of viruses. Hey Mike, how you doing? To clean itself of viruses and old and outdated information, right? And to make sure that it is able to perform at its highest quality, right? That it's able to yield the best results, right? And so we update these devices, but yet we never really stop and think that we may need to ever reprogram or update our minds, right? So how crazy is that to continue to reprogram and update our cell phones and our tablets and all these different mobile devices and things that we carry with us on a daily basis, but we never stop to ever think that our number one asset, which is our minds, never need to be reprogrammed. And so so what would our mind may need to be reprogrammed of, or what needs to be updated, right? It can be a number of things. Like I spoke about viruses, right? Viruses could be that might need to be cleared out of your mind. Could be people that may not necessarily need to be the people that's around you to help you get to where you really want to go in life, or where you really need to go in life. It could be, your own thought processes. It could be other people's thought processes that you have allowed to infiltrate your mind, right? And versus you thinking for yourself, you allow other people's thoughts to kind of overtake your life, right? It could be a number of things of what we need to clear our minds and get a fresh start, right? So I want to leave you guys with that question to ponder. Why do we never think to reprogram or update our most important asset, which is our minds? And with that, I want you guys to think on that question And in the meantime, I definitely appreciate everybody who joined me tonight. And as always, if you ever find any value in any videos or information I share, definitely feel free to like and share any posts or videos onto your page, or in groups or whatever you feel the need you want to do, and share it with other people, your family, your friends, your followers, and anybody else who may need to or may could use the message. And definitely, if you have not already, connect with me on all other social media sites at Elcia Holmes, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Snapchat, and also check out and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And for those of you who may have interest in, thank you, Matt. Thank you. I appreciate it. And for those of you who may have interest in real estate investing, entrepreneurship, of any kind, definitely feel free to connect with our other page, which is our the Real Estate Investing and Freedom Club. It is also on all the social media sites that I just named, and that is the Real Estate Investing and Freedom Club, and that is a community of real estate professionals, as well as different types of entrepreneurs that want to surround themselves with people who are on a mission, right? And people who are positive people, a positive environment, that are there to support one another, encourage one another, uplift one another, work with one another, right? So we have collaboration opportunities, and a bunch of good stuff. And we talk about things that matter and things that's going to elevate each and every one of us to be able to live our best lives, right? And fulfill our purpose, make our dreams come true, and to help us, propel us to reach, not just reach, but excel and exceed our goals. If that's a community you have interest in, definitely feel free to join us. And if you're ever in the Metro Atlanta area, you can also feel free and come and visit us at our monthly meetup. We have a meetup, in-person meetup, one time a month. Is generally on the second Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m. And you can get all the information, details, address, all that good stuff from the page, the Real Estate Investing and Freedom Club page. Just search it. But this month, there's an exception. And so this month, February, it is on the third Wednesday, which is this Wednesday that's coming in 2 days. And if you're in the area, definitely join us. But no matter where you're located, not just in this country, but in the world, you can definitely join our online community. So that's open to you to join us, whether or not you're ever in the local Metro Atlanta area or not. So you can definitely still collaborate with us, still mastermind with us, all those good type of things, if it's something you have interest in or somebody else you may know. And again, I appreciate everybody who joined me tonight. And remember that we only get one life, right? And so there's no rewinds, there's no redos, there's no start overs, there's no, let me try it again, right? We only get one life. So we have to make the absolute best out of this one life we get. And so it's up to us, right, to live the life that we want, right? And to live a life that we will be proud of, and to live a life that is fulfilling, that has a purpose, right? And I would like to be a part of all the positive things that I'm sure each and every one of you will accomplish in your lives. If I can help you in any way, definitely feel free to message me and see if we can collaborate on something. Again, I appreciate everybody for joining. If you find value, feel free to share this. Also, I hope you guys have a blessed and outstanding evening, and keep tuning in. I'm gonna keep trying to come to you guys at least once once a day, or at least once a day, Monday through Friday, sometimes on Saturday and Sunday. I appreciate it, and have a good evening. Thank you, guys.